Namaste and welcome to this exciting episode of Sattology Debunking Mythology. We are discussing Learn, Think, Share. With our dealers, welcome Richard Gordon and Galit Gordon to our show. Welcome.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from.
All right, so we get started. So the industry is changing very fast, and like we predicted on the LinkedIn, also I said that most of the real estate agents are going to be replaced by California's state enforced laws on managing real estate bots, AI bots, which I said that my earlier prediction about the AI being the first tool which will eat up software developers' job, confirmed by Salesforce now. Mark Benioff is not going to hire developers this year. And other companies are shifting jobs outside who cannot employ AI. So what are the questions now? What challenges do we answer for real estate guys now?
Okay, my first question to you is, how can you make sure AI tools will enhance but not replace real estate agents' expertise?
Actually, AI tools are not. AI tools are designed to help real estate professionals for some time. For some time, where the AI starts picking up that knowledge base. So whenever the real estate agents are using AI to search for answers, AI is learning from those questions. And once the database is full, it's going to start acting independently. So a broker, I foresee a situation where the state has to come in and set up the licensing of the AI bots also. And also like treat them like real persons, where they'll have more information about what checks need to be done, because it's all data. A real estate guy, you and me, and as a human being, we read the laws and we interpret the laws, and then we come at a decision because we have to work as per the law. It's very easy for AI engine to do that. Very easy. But it's going to. Already, I'm seeing that when I search for Sattology on Grok or Perplexity, it gives me much better word information on Sattology, even though it's not fully accurate. But I'm creating more content for it to get programmed. And so the same real estate agents, the more questions they ask, they're done. And so now it's going to be a different scenario where a real estate, the only jobs will be left will be to put up flags on the street, which AI cannot do in future.
Right, but with that said, and that comes back to peace, and that goes to a point where you don't need an expert to put out real estate signs. So that's going to take away from the qualified experts in the real estate field.
Yeah, they'll have to search for new professions now. And let me tell you a brief history also. Nowhere in the world, other than the Western societies, real estate is connected to people's emotions. When people buy homes, women, they want to build a home and they want to be comfortable in that home. So real estate was not always a commodity. It became a commodity in the West. It was never meant to be throwing people off. Like the state comes back so harsh, like throw people off as if nothing happened over there. And God has given land for people to live. I'm not against people making money on that, but commercializing to such an extent where we lose the human touch for preserving a family just for some profits. I think all those factors are going to play a big role in AI replacing these real estate jobs, many of those jobs.
Absolutely, and that brings us to the next question that people are asking out there in the world, and we can address here. Like you stated, AI does not have emotional intelligence. So how is that going to impact the sale and the closing and the kind of parts where there is emotional, almost hand-holding in the real estate game?
I think the valuations are going to go down. It's been predicted significantly down because we are living in an overinflated economy. We are paying more for everything else. Like give an example. It's the same scenario in many other countries of the world also. We have inflated land prices, housing prices. If you start to build a house from scratch with your own hands and materials, your house is just worth, the house construction itself is just worth $100,000 in today's prices of a medium-sized home with two bathrooms and three rooms. Now, uh, but the cost, the market price of that property is in millions. And you just go 20 miles east or 20 miles outside that area, the prices drop like significantly. So we are living in an inflated price regime. With AI, I think these prices are going to go down. For buyers, it's going to be much easier because they can make a decision. They can use the same tool to determine the actual price and negotiate better. And so the margins are going to come down, and people need less time for legal documentation. People are, so that they're legally safe, and that's why they use a real estate agent. But now everything is online, so it's easier for them, it's cheaper for them. That 4.2% cost is going to go down, vanish.
Yeah, great point, because the emotion does factor into the price. You know, the negotiation is based on the emotion. If the husband wife really wants the house, the prices go up, bidding wars. So yeah, what we're looking at is that will be taken off the table. It will just be based on data.
Yes, yeah.
The AI is going to say, this is the land value, this is the cost of construction, this is the cost to build it, to finish, market value. Here's your price, end the story.
The mindset for the, yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, this brings me to the next question. How can potential biases in AI data and algorithms be actively identified and mitigated to prevent discriminatory practices?
Great question, because most of the California laws on real estate regulations are very strict, and it guides the rest of the country also. California is a golden standard for the rest of the country to follow the real estate laws, including licensing and other things. Now, the California laws don't work on other states, that's a different matter, but the rules which they make are applicable. Now, the for people, when they use the data in real estate, for example, buying a property or reselling a property and adjusting the market prices or undermining or determining the market prices, AI is going to play a big role in that, because it's going to compare data of previous sold houses. Unfortunately or fortunately, most of the data is not integrated yet. So that's why I said in the first question, when you ask a question, you are actually giving the answer to the AI. So you're not asking a question because it's going to search all the data. And the moment all these data sources are accessible, I'm seeing a big market correction. And I think the government is going to use this data to force market correction, because we are living in a very inflated price regime, and what we are paying for the property and the amount of land available to be sold is enormous. So we are, the ratio of land availability and what we are paying for it, it doesn't make sense for an ordinary American to buy or sell. So I think that's correction is going to come in, and I don't see more than, I think the last, I can say next 10 years are going to be very interesting, but we'll see the results within next 2 years. Within next 2 years.
And that brings up the other point, because all markets shift, right? So people in the real estate area get up in arms and it's shifting. Everything shifts. So is it a good place for the realtors current to look at their expertise to helping in the AI shift side or input side, or somehow looking to segue into that? Because that's where we're going.
So most of the real estate agents, the associations in South Pacific or North California, they they actually, the genie is out of the bottle. They have no say now. They have to either comply or completely get decimated. And on an average, there are at least 7 million real estate agents. Some are actively practicing, some are not actively practicing. I'm only concerned with the people who are actually practicing, which is maybe 500,000, not more than that. Others, they just get the real estate license and they're just, I foresee the scenario where the real estate licenses will be given for AI bots. So you get a real estate AI specialist who is going to use the AI to help people. I think that occupation is going to increase. So it will force a significant change in mindset. Now you're no longer advising a customer. Even now, real estate agents cannot advise a customer. They can tell them about the laws, but they cannot, or how to move the property for sale or prepare the property for sale. They can do that or buy, but they cannot make changes in the law. But what I'm forcing is even that advisory capacity will go away because there are machines coming in, AI bots coming in. There are already four or five names I know. I don't want to name them because I want them to sponsor us. Then I'll name them. There are good bots over there, and they are really helping you to actually go into the property and tell exactly what home improvements we need. So now, and it all depends on the smart sellers now. I see the sellers have to become smarter, use AI tools to upsmart the game. So the real estate agent guys, where we will come in or where we can help is to becoming a better AI user in terms of mindset changes.
Okay, so this brings me to my last question to you. How can you be mindful of potential ethical issues related to data privacy, transparency, and fairness when using AI in real estate?
Actually, AI bots have built into that feature. Most of them have. They're complied with the laws. See, when a software developer works, he thinks 360 degrees if they have a good solution architect. So they're going to work 360 degrees. They've built in all those provisions for data privacy. Now, it depends on who logs in and who logs out and who is seeing the data from which perspective. So the AI bots, most of them have, are you a broker? It's a different view. Are you a real estate professional? You have a different view. If you are a seller, you have a different view. So you have all these things and buyer has a different view. So those data segregations have already happened. Now what has not happened is the analytics part of it. Like how the engine summarizes all this information, presents you as an article. What you can do with this property. So engines like Zillow and all these people are working hard to include this AI into their model. It will practically make it impossible for an uneducated real estate professional to function in the future market. And that's where we come in as learn, think, and share. And people can actually see that here. They can sign up here, where we can train these people in, first of all, having a mindset change for the new reality, new industry. Change management, big time change management for large companies like Berkshire Hathaway and other large brokers. Big change in mindset. The second is big change in use of tools. Number third is no longer simple search. And thirdly is big change in managing customer expectations. When the valuations are going down, profits are going down. So like for example, a $35 million home in Rancho Santa Fe in San Diego will eventually come down to $7 million. Cost of the house, construction, cost of the land, plus something else. So we are foreseeing that scenario. And also, if you look at the macroeconomic factors, which are very important today, the macroeconomics of the US economy self-correcting itself, where we have been living in a bubble for a long time. Now, all these bubbles are now predicted. This is going to be the bubble of all bubbles, mother of all bubbles. We are coming in that direction now. So in that mother of all bubbles, that's where I think a severe mindset reset program has to be set in for anyone who wants to go into real estate. And that's where I think we all can help actually. Because then we can tell them what to search for, what not to search for you look for the buyers also. And I think that training will be the responsibility of the real estate brokers to give to their customers. They don't rely on us. Go to this platform, search it. And I'm also foreseeing that the big platforms are going to give a service and an API to connect your websites to that big database. Right now, they do it to the TLNS system or some system they use right now. So those systems will be replaced by AI. So for the government, it's very profitable, more profitable now, because they're going to see through every single thing. So the more taxes, counties and other people can take more help, integration with the county databases, integration with other places. So a lot of IT services will increase for the short term and then it's going to plummet down. I'm also looking at a scenario where AI can have crawlers which can crawl on the website and connect everything where they can connect. Even that services are going to go away. Interesting times.
Changing times indeed.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
for real estate guys, please do sign up on learnthinkshare.com and we'll come up with such interesting videos for every single industry every week. Bye.
Bye.